One of the people, as I mentioned, that we have to thank for saving this piece of very, very precious bushland is Trish Brown, and Trish is going to speak on behalf of the Save Byles Creek Valley Union.
Sorry, I need to read because I get too nervous, so you're going to have to put up with me. So good afternoon, David Shoebridge, Damien Councillors Hutchins, Brown and Tilbury, and all who have kindly come here today to offer their support to Byles Creek Valley. My name is Patricia Brown and I'm presently the President of Byles Creek Valley Union Inc. I would also like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land. I'd like to start by confirming the community and the groups involved here today want to work with Council on investigating and potentially prosecuting the alleged breaches to the LEC orders perpetrated at 79 to 87 Moulton Road on the 17th of February 2017. The apparent breaches are not just about tree loss. Numerous orders appear to have been ignored, and all of these must be investigated. If found to be unlawful, those responsible must be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, with the strongest possible action taken by Hornsby Council. Council and state government have apparently already been contacted by a large number of residents and friends of Byles Creek with demands for penalties if there have been breaches, and noting our sadness at what has occurred. Consequently, Council on Friday the 24th of February notified Byles Creek Valley Union that they have instructed their solicitors to start proceedings in the Land and Environment Court, and we will assist them in any way we can. This needs to be treated by Council with the utmost care to ensure there is no technicality under which the potential case can be threatened. As well as potential prosecutions, Council needs to ensure that any unlawful damage which has already occurred on this very important site and much loved home to numerous endangered and threatened species of flora and fauna will be rectified, and the land rehabilitated at the cost of the developer, as is a requirement of the EPNA Act. We also request Council insist a new independent tree survey be carried out at the developer's cost as a result of this clearing to definitively confirm remaining trees and those that have been lost. There has also been a further threat on the northern side of this land. Now I note, and this I will say without my speech, that Council did protect for us and did manage to gain some open space for us, a hectare of open space. But we need to note there is an Ausgrid easement through the middle of that site. It's uphill on the other side of the creek where it couldn't be developed, but Ausgrid have already come in and lopped the tops of all of the trees in the last month, probably where there's hollows, who knows, but they also have the potential to come in and clear a 40-metre wide easement underneath that, and it runs all the way down through that block. And anything that is over 4 metres high or that will grow 4 metres high can be removed. Please don't tell Ausgrid that, but I have had that from an official source that can happen. So yes, that's protected because it's classed as open space. The easement is not. Sorry, bear with me. We understand Council could not and watch over this site 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we are grateful to Council for their quick response to the apparent unauthorised work which was carried out. Unfortunately, though, the community's fears for 60 years have been proven to be well-founded. It has now been confirmed that the only way to protect this locally significant ecological community is for Hornsby Council and or the state government to purchase this precious land, as has always been the recommendation of all the experts and the Commission of Inquiry in 1988. It seems obvious that a week ago, this land and the habitat it provides for our native creatures and vegetation was violated. We call on everyone here to lobby council and the state government to do what has been expected for 60 years. The $3 million from the Church Hall funds sits in a council account awaiting a project to compensate our community for its loss. The majority of 2119 residents proved in the Beecroft Cheltenham Civic Trust survey, as well as council's own survey, that this is what the community wants. It is time our elected folk listen to their constituents. After 60 years of the message being shouted from the rooftops of Beecroft and Cheltenham, we demand to be heard. To conclude, Byles Creek Valley Union, Beecroft and Cheltenham Civic Trust and Save Beecroft and Cheltenham Alliance would like to thank, and I'm sorry, I know Emma has already done these, and if I miss anybody out, I'm sorry, today's supportive and passionate speakers: David Shoebridge, MLC, Penny Sharp, Shadow Minister for the Environment and Heritage, for her letter of support, Colin Kerr and Stephen Deere from the Northern District Times, Graham Ross for pushing this on the radio station constantly for us. It's been brilliant. Colin Kerr and Stephen Deere from the Northern District Times, John Booth from the Weekly Times, Neil Ashworth and Jeff Davis from Triple H was fantastic, Michael for his music, all community groups far and wide who have shared this information for us. Thank you so much. Emma Heidi for her assistance and for being our wonderful MC. Our working committee for this meeting: Michael Bianchino, Ross Walker, Robin Smith, Georgia Cameron, Emma Heidi, John Kalinger, Barbara Wynne and Stuart Brown for organising and being amazing. We've only had a week. Deirdre...
Trish Brown.
Deirdre Warwick and her friends for putting the word out everywhere. Sue McAllister and Brett Gardner for working tirelessly behind the scenes, and Sue with all her artistic stuff. Thank you, Sue. Kelly Fox for kindly printing the flyers. Barbara Davis for her amazing banner work. Ken for videoing. Liddy Croft for delivering and handing out flyers at Beecroft Shops. And Beecroft Shops for publicising the event for us by putting it up everywhere. It wasn't hard. I walked in, they went, yes, we'll put it up. Members of Byles Creek Valley Union, Beecroft Cheltenham Civic Trust and Save Beecroft and Cheltenham Alliance, and our wonderful community for lobbying council and the state government and for their fantastic ongoing support. All who have given up their Sunday afternoon to support our precious environment because you all care. And past and present generations for their continual battles to protect this site, stretching back more than the last 60 years. Finally, if you feel passionate and want to join this generation in our ever-growing push to protect this precious bushland, please email your concerns to the Mayor, to all of our councillors and our state government representatives. I've also got a list of apologies for today, and then I will stop, I'm sorry. Apologies from Penny Sharp, Shadow Minister for the Environment, Julian Lisa, our federal member, Councillors Gallagher and Azizi, Doctors Judy and Peter Smith, Dr. Beth Mott from the Powerful Hour Project, Kate Smolsky from the Nature Conservation Council, and Anne McLeod, the author of Marie Byles' biography. So thank you so much again, and let the battle continue.